Hello everyone, my name is Rosin, and welcome back to Newtype Netplay. This is the series where I take a look at all of the match footage that I've recorded over the many hours of gameplay I've accrued, playing Mobile Suit Gundam EXVS MBON, and I reflect on my personal journey and experience as a MBON player. So, this match is still from all the way back in the pre-release days of the open beta. Don't worry, we'll get out of the beta zone eventually, but we still have many pre-release videos to look at here for this series. So, bear with me. Eventually we'll get to the full release. God damn it. But, you know, what difference does it really make? MBON matches are MBON matches, so... Yeah, this one in particular I remember being very proud of, though I'm not proud of that combo looking back. I could have optimized that. I should have sidestepped. And I could have extended that combo a little bit more and done just a little bit more damage. It would have been good for me to do so because his partner was not in a place to cut them. So, yeah, as I was saying, I remember being very proud of this match, or maybe not even proud, but content with this match, because I believe this match was the first one that I played as soon as this iteration of the beta opened back up and you could start to matchmake and stuff. And I just remember thinking, oh goddamn, like, you know, I remembered what I'm doing, you know, I'm learning this game and what I'm supposed to be doing here. And even doing stuff like this, I remember this fondly, just like, oh shit, okay, I see an opportunity, and I took it for the Garobi there, and won us the match. And yeah, that was just a really solid match, and I remember being very happy compared to how I had been playing in the past, just to start this beta session off going, oh shit, that was a really clean match on my end, and maybe some of the things that I've learned along the way have been sticking, and I'm not just flailing around like I used to be. I think I said last video that this is still from when I was but an MBON tadpole, and in some ways I'm still a tadpole. I need to stop using this metaphor because it's weird, but no, I just remember nothing is more intoxicating learning hard games like this. Not even just multiplayer games, but, you know, difficult to grasp or convoluted and complex games in general. There's nothing more satisfying than just starting to feel like you're, you know, when you've pierced that initial layer of confusion and just misunderstanding, and you start to really feel like you have a grasp or something to hold on to in terms of personal input and just a sense of control. You know, you reach a point where losses start, or, you know, stop becoming as frustrating, and you stop feeling like you're just an idiot who is missing out on something that everyone else understands. You start to reach a point where you realize, oh, there is a certain way to play this game, and here are the things that I kind of know I'm doing right, and here are the things I kind of know I'm doing wrong. So yeah, that's when I feel like I started to kind of hit that point. And I started to play a few matches here. Yeah, actually, a lot of the matches in this video are going to be me playing Barbatos Lupus again. Actually, in that match, that Zaku I was fighting was a friend of mine, UT. So that was kind of fun. Because I remember I ran into them online. I was like, is that UT? But their PSN handle is just slightly different than the regular handle that they use on like Twitter and back in my old Discord and stuff. So I was like, ah, no, it must be a coincidence. And then we got to talking, and I'm like, oh wait, no, that is actually UT. I was right to make that comparison. That is a friend of mine. So shout outs to UT. I don't know if you're watching this or if you still play MBON, but we've had some fun matches in the past, and just some good times overall. Had a lot of good memories I've made with friends and acquaintances through MBON. This is just a good game for that. I guess any multiplayer game is, but, you know. Anyways, like I was saying, I'm playing Barbatos Lupus here again because I still wanted to continue down that training idea I kind of had, where I wanted to force myself out of my comfort zone a little bit and still play a suit that was a little more melee-focused and aggressive, though, again, it doesn't mean you can ignore the mid-range game, and I feel like you see in these matches, ooh, like that was a really good decision right there. I used the charged skill there. Barbatos Lupus has two charge moves that you can only use once per life. One of them is this javelin toss thing that stuns the enemy and then explodes and does a pretty good amount of damage, and the tracking on it is ridiculous. And then also this pile bunker shot move thing where it just rams you with its big cannon thing and then just shoots as soon as it digs into you, which is what I did to kill that Exia there. So yeah, I feel like watching these matches, you can really see me playing the ranged game with this suit pretty well, in my opinion. as well as taking a little bit more risk in terms of going for melee attacks and knowing when to back off and stuff like that. This actually made me laugh when it happened because if that Raphael had shot a few seconds earlier, it would have killed its partner and would have lost the match anyways. Sometimes you gotta be careful when you're trying to help out your partner in this game, folks. It's very easy to team kill when you're attempting to be a friend and, you know, save their lives. Especially when you decide to just blast a massive beam that's gonna hit both you and the attacker. But yeah, Barbatos Lupus is really fun, man. I know I say this a lot with these early videos here in the series, but God, I haven't played this suit in so long, and I should really give this a try again, just because it has a very, very interesting tool set. And I think now that I'm, you know, even better at the game, at least I like to think so, I think I'd get a lot more mileage out of this. But you see me here kind of playing the range game a bit and not taking unnecessary risks, not going in all the time, though you do see me there dashing into a wall, which was a little goofy. But I'm using those thrown maces. Realize this is a safe spot to do the smash him into the ground combo that I love so much, and taking advantage of that whenever I can, and I feel like my partner, you know, can use the opportunity to deal some damage. But oh, that was a really bad melee attack. I don't know what I was trying to go for there. Ooh, I think that extreme shot at me when it didn't have any ammo, so it just verniered in the air, which is the name for when moves cause you to kind of float in the air like that and leaves you a sitting duck if you're not careful. Unfortunately wasted my burst, which sucks, but what can you do? This was a bad idea. I really should not have gone in. My partner had more health, but it ended up working out for me anyways because I just so happened to outmaneuver that 00 there at the very end. But that was honestly not a very good end of the match. I probably should have been a little bit more defensive, but overall that match I was very happy with my movement and spacing in general, and just making good decisions, except I got a little ballsy towards the end there in a way that I probably shouldn't have. Now these are all my friends playing this match. There was a point where we all just got into the same player match lobby together, and ooh, there's a little bit of lag happening here. Oh, maybe it was because the host decided to disband the match, but yeah, so it's me and Johnson versus my friend Mark and my other friend Trick. And Trick didn't end up buying MBON. Kept trying to convince him, but did not go for it. But Trick really liked Heavy Arm's Endless Waltz. I don't know if I covered this or playing with Trick in any of the earlier videos in the series. I can't remember when I included matches with what friends and stuff anymore, and it's been so long since I've recorded any of these. But yeah, it's kind of funny because Johnson and I were going really hard on the beta together, and then I ended up mostly playing MBON at full release with Mark. Mark got really into MBON, and Mark honestly just got really into Gundam after MBON. There's that javelin move I was talking about there, landed it on Mark. It was really funny because we got Mark to try out MBON, and he liked it a lot, and then he ended up watching a shit ton, like he basically marathoned through the vast majority of available Gundam series out there. I kept joking to him that he kind of sped ran my life a little bit, which was just laughing about that because I've been watching Gundam since I was a kid and just kind of poking at the series throughout different years, and Mark just marathoned the whole damn thing in the span of like a year or so, ever since he got into MBON, which was funny. The end of that match there, I remember too, we were laughing about that because Trick said something, because we're all in a Discord group, just, you know, shooting the shit and having a good time, and I think Trick said something like, okay Mark, you gotta cover me because I'm gonna spawn an overcost, and as soon as I heard him say that, I'm like, okay, let me charge up this move and throw it at him, and as you can see, it cost up the match. So I was like, well, you should tell him that in Discord, I can hear you too. So yeah, that was funny. This match I remember too, I remember fighting this Kshatriya, and being pretty happy with me not to... Honestly, I probably could have gone in a little bit more, but I'm pretty happy with how I was playing the range game here a bit too. You know, I'm poking the waters a bit, I'm not taking too many unnecessary shots, I feel, at least, and just trying to apply pressure. And as soon as I get the knockdown, see if Johnson needed help. Yeah, against Kshatriya, I know this a little bit more now just because I know how the suit plays, but I probably could have afforded to go in a little bit closer. There we go, I tried to go for that move, but that was a very smart extend burst on the Kshatriya's part. There we go. I was like, I gotta finish my plate, and I pulled out the cannon to just do the little extra bit of damage I needed there. See, like right there, I'm like, ah, fuck it, I can wail on this thing with the mace sword. And then I backed off a bit, because I didn't want to put myself in a bad spot, and I knew that mace throw was more than enough to do the job. Sometimes it can be kind of hard to explain looking back, but like, this game is kind of weird, and I'm sure that other fighting games are like this, it's just that I'm not the greatest at them, but sometimes I feel like when you have the controller in your hand and you know your moveset well enough, you just kind of feel what the right answers are to certain situations, in a way that it's kind of hard to explain into words. You just kind of enter a flow where you're making decisions based off of that intuition or vague sense and prediction based off of what your opponent's going to do. And sometimes that really plays into whether or not you decide to back off and shoot some shit, or you decide to go in for a melee combo and hopefully deal a good amount of damage. So after playing so many games with Barbatos Lupus, I got a little bored, and I was like, let me go back to some of the other suits and see, now that I'm just a little bit more familiar with this game's melee system and knowing when to go in, let's see if I can apply what I learned to some of the other suits in this game, such as the Sazabi, and just a few of the other suits that I'm going to play in some of these other matches here. And I feel like it really worked out in my favor. Again, still being maybe a little too cautious, like I could have punished that there and probably gone in more, since it looked like Shadow was kind of overextending his... Oh, actually, that's my pal Jake. This must have still been a friend lobby. Oh yeah, and there's Trick too. Yeah, sometimes you'll find melee suits will kind of overextend themselves and leave themselves sitting duck if they rush in too far, but then they can't get any good hit in. And that's a good time to take advantage of them being vulnerable and running in for a melee combo or something. That was a pretty clean match though maybe not as much a showcase of my melee skills that I learned from the Lupus, but you know. Every match and every situation calls for a different type of play sometimes, you know, so. Yeah, as we played the beta, Jake really fell in love with a lot of the G Gundam suits and how they played. He really liked the kind of more aggressive playstyle that they had, which was cool. There I am using Sazabi's cool-ass charge move. This is another charge move you only get once per life. But, God, that thing's sick as hell. I love it so much. It can be very situational and honestly sometimes not great at hitting things, but... Ran into that explosion there. That was me being not familiar with how Heavy Arms EW plays, unfortunately. See, there we go. That was a pretty good example of me spotting a landing and saying, okay, this is when I should go in. That was a good example of me not going in and saying, they're coming towards me. I might as well just shoot them with the giant beam as they're charging in. Dropped Axis on him, but unfortunately not going to get anything good off of that. Always a little bit of a bummer when you do the cool supers that result in a massive explosion in this game and then they don't actually end up hitting anything. They still play an important role in kind of constricting the enemy's movement, though. This was, that was kind of bad. I should have probably started dashing the other way and let my partner kind of finish out the round there. I spawned in overcost, and I really should have been playing more defensive than I was there, but I decided to play the range game a little bit and dash to the side and see if I could bait them into some funnel fire, and it paid off, but it was, again, a little unnecessarily risky, which is something that I'm kind of noticing. You know, like I said, that other match I played with the Lupus, I spawned in overcost too, and I kind of did the same thing against that 00. that was something that I definitely feel like I'm better at now than I was back then, realizing, oh hey, I spawned in with way less health than I should have. Time to not be a dummy and not cost us the match in case I make a few bad decisions. Sometimes you just gotta know when you have to trust in your partner and have faith that they can use the resources and health that they have at their disposal to clean out the round, and that's just the safer option sometimes. You can't always be the hero or be the cool person who goes in and kills things. Sometimes playing this game, you know that you just have to back off and, you know, trust in your partner. It's a team game after all, goddammit. This is me being really bad with my ammo usage. I was just doing a terrible job. Bad decisions all around. I don't know why I activated my funnels there. I knew that would leave me vulnerable to more fire. Yeah, this Rising is just, was just playing, you know, playing me at every angle there. But luckily I did manage to get the funnel fire off and clean house. But see, there we go, wasted superhero. Honestly, this is a bad match on my end. I could have done a lot better of a job, though. That evading the fire there was actually pretty cool, not gonna lie. I didn't do anything fancy, I just used a burst and dashed away, but yeah, like right there, just wasting shots, leaving myself vulnerable by using moves that cause Vernier in midair. This Rising has a much better command of movement and is actually blocking shots and stuff, which I still don't block nearly enough as I should in this game. You will, going into the later parts of the series, you will not see me blocking nearly as much as I probably should be. Managed to get a stray bazooka shot, though, thankfully, to clean out the round there. But yeah, that was honestly kind of a bad match. I'm not really proud of that one, looking back on it. I was just kind of shooting shit, and I got lucky that I happened to decide to shoot things at the right time, but I was not calculating or paying much attention. It's very clear to me. I was very gung-ho about wasting fire and leaving myself vulnerable that match, and I just happened to manage to make it work with my partner there. Now we're playing Team Don't Talk to Me or My Son Ever Again with the tiny-ass Victory Gundam and the big Chungus Nightingale. See, like, even stuff right here, I'm taking advantage of the Nightingale special melee. I believe that's the special melee, at least, to know when to go in with that and not just rely solely on the ranged options of the Nightingale. Kind of ran into the Destiny's melee combo there. That was a little goofy. Yeah, low health. Do I waste my burst here? Let's see. Oh no. Snipe the landing on the... oh yeah, I guess I am using my burst here. That was worth it, actually. That was a pretty good burst usage. It was risky because I was at low health and I was risking losing my burst if I lost that engagement. But I managed to get the super and I got the second kill off of that. So it was not the worst decision in the world. And there we go. Me and Mark managed to whittle down the enemy shield there and win the match. Let's see how many more. Yeah, we got one more Nightingale match here for you, it looks like. Oh, and Johnson's on the other team there. Playing the other... well, not Char suit, but, you know, the Sinanju's kind of a Char suit and a roundabout way. Unicorn spoilers. I don't know. If you're watching this, I'm assuming you've seen Unicorn. I don't have to worry about spoiling that shit, right? Right? But I don't know. Anyways, fighting a dual 3K cost team. This might have been a shuffle lobby. Oh, that was a pretty good sidestep on my part, actually. But yeah, trying to keep my distance. Though also, this is kind of a weird team comp on our end, too, because we're both playing suits that should probably have a partner that's a little bit better at playing mid to short range, and we're both playing, like, zoner-type suits. So that was a little goofy on our part, but there we go, got the kill with the super. Already halfway there to victory. Sniping them out with the funnels and mega beam rifle. And right there, oof. That strike freedom would have been safe. It just decided to keep running away, but it tried to take a shot and killed all momentum it had in the air and managed to clean out the round there. So yeah, that was another episode of Newtype Netplay here for you, and I hope you look forward to more, because there's a lot more of this to come in the future. Have a good night, everyone. Bye.